How's it going, guys? Gabe here from Rc Cincy, and I'm bummed out because my B-Whoop 03 Pro, the battery on it, I guess from sitting dead, or I don't know what happened to it, but it basically crapped out. Like, even with the FPV system off of it, I only get like maybe a minute and a half of flight, and then the battery just drops off. So I'm pretty sure the battery is just toast. So what I decided to do is use these batteries. Now, what's great about these batteries is they have a 50 to 100 discharge rating, and from your standard 3.7, they're actually 4.35, which is not enough to fry anything. It just gives you that extra boost. Plus, instead of being 300, they're 550 milliamp. These are the batteries that I use for the S85 Cyclone made by Mirror Robot. It's a great little aircraft. So to do this mod, you're going to need a few things, but I'm just going to show you real quick. So the first thing I had to do is, these batteries are much longer. So the front of it, I cut it and I left those two little kind of like points. Now you're wondering why I left those two like that. Well, basically what they do is when you push the battery forward, they apply pressure to the battery. You kind of push them over as you push it in, and they keep force on the battery. So this battery will not slide or move on you once you center it. So the second thing you need to do is, my battery's junk. So I cut it somewhere where I could always resolder and then heat shrink wrap it again. So I left it long enough to reconnect it if I ever wanted to. So what I did is cut that, and then I had an old one of these chargers because I have like 3 or 4. So I took one and I cut it. So I just took the 2 ends, right? And then you just want to solder it in a heat shrink. Now here's the funny story. These are marked incorrectly. It's actually vice versa. The plus is to the right, the minus is to the left. So they put the stickers, they should have put the stickers like so. So it's an honest mistake, but be careful. So by that mistake, I had to take it apart. One of the wires tore a little shorter, because you know with heat shrink, that stuff really sticks. When I pulled it, the wires came out of the end of it, so I put a little hot glue gun to keep these from being pulled out. See how it's tight now? So I'm upset because I had it like basically looking good, and now I'm stuck with this, but this still works. There's nothing wrong with it. But it's bummed out. So if you do this mod, take your time, double check it before you solder it, and then put heat shrink over it. So that makes it impossible to take apart pretty much. So that's the only bummer side. So let's go ahead and just do a quick test before you put it all together. So you want to plug this in, and then just plug in your battery and see what happens. If it's correct, it'll just flash. If it's wrong, the motors kick up. There's it flashing. So we're good to go. So what I'm going to do is, this is just the mod video. So what I'm going to do, because I have some things I have to do today, I'm going to fly this with an incredible high discharge rating battery with higher voltage and more flight time with the all-in-one FPV setup. So I've been wanting to fly this anyways with FPV, and the first video was just basically going boom, 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 and then couldn't fly anymore because I had no power. So this is a significant more weight. I don't know how much it is compared to a 300. Whereas I had a 380. It's a little bit heavy. I don't know. These are pretty significantly light. Like, this is a 380, and at least in my hand, I know it's a little bit heavier, but I don't know how much heavier. I'm hoping it can fly with that. So my first flight test is going to be just with this battery and the canopy on. And then my second one's going to be with the canopy off and then an FPV camera on. So stay tuned. I'm going to shoot that here in a little bit later on today. But I just wanted to do this wire mod. I can use this for other quads now. You know, other helicopters. The issue with using these on a different one is the adapter is a little different. I could just find another battery thing, connect that like this, and then just solder a different end for that particular one. So I can use these on my XK Blast K110. Those are 450, these are 550, these are higher voltage and higher discharge, so I should give it more oomph. Plus I can also use my Holy Stone U818 batteries as well, this 500s that are factory and the 650s or 600s that I bought later on. So You know, I love being able to share batteries in between kits. If you could do this and you have extra wires and, you know, extra battery connectors that you don't need, do that. That way you can use your batteries amongst other drones. So it's not going to work for everyone depending on the size and what the quad's needs are. But to be honest with you, I think this is going to be great. I'm hoping this is not too heavy. But like I said, it's a higher voltage and higher discharge. So it should give it the oomph. This does have the load button. So once you have everything on here and you fly and you feel like you ain't got enough pep, you press the load button, which is supposedly gives it extra boost. These are the 7/16 motors. This is a very light frame. This should have enough power to fly with this battery and the FPV. Hopefully, I have not tested it yet. So at least I have this ready for it. You know, I just got done soldering and making this wire. So I'm really excited to do my first FPV video since I finished repairing my goggles. They work great. Now they're powered by a nice 3-cell battery. I am going to get like a 5,000 or 6,000 for it and just dedicate it to that. Probably get, you know, just dedicate it mainly for that use. So I'm really excited. I can't wait. It's going to be a lot of FPV going on with quads, helicopters, cars, trucks, airplanes. So there's going to be a lot going on. Please stay tuned for all those videos. I'm really excited. New products are on the way. Just a lot going on. So please stay tuned for everything. I just wanted to share this mod with you guys. It's not a hard one. I apologize. It did look more even and better before, but you know, you have to repair things. You know, they made a mistake of sticking, you know, if you vice versa this tape, I guess the negative would be on this side and the positive. I don't know. But that's what the conclusion to what I came as, you know, having that stripe on that wire means positive. And when I was plugging it up, it was saying it was negative. So obviously the battery was wrong. So just wanted to give you a heads up on that one. This one does not have the markings on it. This is the original battery 1S, 3.8500 milliamp. This is a 25C. So I could also test it with this, just a little bit more boost as well. It's lighter, it's a little bit smaller, so we can try it with that. I have a couple other batteries like this, so it just opens the door for other batteries and such. You can always, you know, strap in a good old 380 is not much bigger, and it's 25C. So if that fails with the, with the bigger, heavier battery, I can always resort to my 380. I just would like a little bit higher discharge rating due to having the camera and the motors being powered off the same battery. So we'll see how that goes. I'll test it with a couple different batteries and see what happens and see what's the best, you know, best case scenario for my particular needs. I'm super happy with my iron. Make sure I clean the tip. Nah, of course I did. I'm gonna heat it back up. Give it a good cleaning. Always clean your tip. Make sure, this is a little bit of black stuff. I'm just gonna heat it up and just wipe it on the sponge. If you have some cleaner tinder, make sure you always use that. The only thing I need is flux. That is, I know there's flux in your solder, but if you have the liquid flux, your soldering is just that much better. I feel like everything just sticks so much better. You get such a stronger joint. So I highly recommend that, and that's what I think the solder kit should come with, in my opinion. Besides these tools, you're not going to maybe use all these tools. The brush is nice. The little grabbers were cool, but yeah. These cutters are definitely nice. I do use these a lot. So it has its perks, but if you want to check out any of the videos, please feel free to browse the channel. I appreciate everyone's support. I think at 239 subscribers and getting ready to crack 17 or 18,000 views. So I'm grateful for every single one of your guys taking the time to check out the channel, watch a video, throw me a like or a sub or anything. I'm really grateful. Please feel free to browse. Hopefully you throw me a like for this particular video, and then the flight and the testing is going to be starting today. Hopefully I can get that out by the end of the day. So once again, thank you for watching. Hopefully stay tuned for upcoming videos, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.